welcome. We're live here. Um, I'd like to give a shout out to all of my subscribers, new and old. I think the newest one is Corey Jackson. Hey, welcome aboard. My name is Mystro. I'm a artist, producer, engineer, Los Angeles area, and I teach music. Okay, I've been with a gang of people from Gladys Knight to Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, grew up with them, all of that. Um, Bobby Valentino, you name them, I've been around them. So now, what we're gonna do now is focus off me and onto compression and compressors, why we use them, what are they used for, and so forth. Okay, so a brief history on it, then I have a track we're gonna get more into. First of all, compressors were made a long time ago, okay, because they would broadcast radio signals, and those radio signals broadcast would blow out the places broadcasting it. So they use compressors to stop the signal from doing that. Today we use them for many things, for vocals, like if you sing it and you're like, and we, right? So that and that's loud, we need to bring that down. So the compressor bring that and, right? And that and in the second part of we is low. So that we, it'll bring it up to we, you know what I mean? To make it and we even. Okay? That also can come with guitars going, you know what I mean? Or bass, you know what I mean? There's different things that's chopping. All right? So we use these compressors to also thicken instruments. This is called parallel compression. And there's different kinds of compressors. Okay? So in FL Studio, we only have certain kind. There's millennials. I mean, for compressors, that's just a company that make them, but it's opto compressors. They're VCA compressors. Okay. There's optos. You have your Veramuse. You know what I'm saying? You have different kind for different situations. Okay. It's not one compressor. It's for every. You got mastering compressors. All right. So I'm gonna get in and showing you why we use them, and the way we got to get at this is you got to tell me why. Why am I turning what these buttons are? Because, like I tell you all the time, you got to spend time. One is in the studio making your beats and having fun, but the other one is in the lab learning what these buttons do. Okay, so this right here, I got a song that I'm working on because now I'm finna start me my type beats going and maybe sell a couple beats or whatever. Just journey off into it to see what it's like. Another thing, I'll give a shout out to SSL and Harrison Mix Bus. I'm going to always be doing something with that and Studio 17 as well as FL Studio. But I'm gonna focus more to them because I think the companies make great stuff. And what I'm saying is we're doing music and so forth. But one thing about it, we're using plugins and we need that analog gear, that sound. And this is what I'm telling you, just from truthfulness. Uh, Harrison and SSL. You don't have to worry about it. It's in the program. It's in the plugin. And I got stuff I'm gonna show you with that too. All right. So enough of that. Let's get into this compressor. So, all right, let me jump, minimize myself, and then I'm gonna jump into FL Studio. So let me start by the minimization. Let me make myself small. Let me grab this at the edge. Start to minimize you. Oh, come on. Mouse, let me do a little bit more. Come on, mouse. I hate when this thing acts stupid. Okay, here we go. Be patient. Shrinks me. Let me move me over if it's gonna act open. Alright. I hate when this thing does this. Let me lean up here so I can get this right. Alright. Alright. So let me jump in that field. Okay, so this right here, pull up. It's one of my favorite compressors. This right here is the Millennia. Okay, now this, and if I pull up one by FL Studio, this is a mastering compressor. Okay, now if I come in here and I pull up one by FL Studio, okay, this compressor. Okay, first thing we got to learn. This is the threshold. This means, say if somebody was going to sock you, this means when your fish hit, it start to react when you turn this. Okay, that's what the threshold means. You want to know when it's going to start. That's what that does. The attack means, okay, if I took a kick and I took that kick and I made it punchy, like, okay, I make the attack short. But if I want the meat and the thickness of it, I want it boom. The more I open this, the thicker the boom get. Okay, and the release is to stop the boom, is to make the end part. I don't want you to ring that long, right? And I want it in time with the beat. The ratio says how much I want. Do I want to use a lot of this or a little bit of it? Okay? And the gain is when you use these things, it lowers the volume and it makes it kind of dull. Okay? And this is just the different styles of compressors. When you go in here, you can click here or get a hard compression or vintage or whatever ones that they types they got for you. Okay. But what this don't have is a indicator of makeup of the gain level reduction. Because when you use this, your volume is gonna go down. That's a bad thing about this. Okay. But it works. The way you gotta do this is you have to go in here and come in here and load one of these. Hold on 1 minute. If I can reach this. I'm sorry. So back to the ranch. Okay, so this is what these compressors will do. So let me give you an example. Okay, let me shut this off. Now, the same thing is here. You have your threshold when it starts. This the attack. This the release. This the ratio. This the mix. Okay, parallel mixing, and it's just showing you here. Now with this, you can, okay, when you do your beats and make your music, and you don't pan your instruments, everything's up the middle, fighting with each other. Okay, so music is not done like that. So if everything's straight up, that's called the middle. When you pan things to the sides, those are called the sides. So that's like your instruments, your synths, or whatever to the sides, or whatever various reasons you want to use them for. Okay. So, I mean, with my side information, I don't want it to be as compressed as the mid. The mid I want kind of solid. The sides, and this depends on the genre and the music. I may just want them touched a little. There's a thing. There's also mastering EQs, okay, and reverb EQs that do mid side. A lot of these things are mid side, Okay, and that side information is when you pan on them, you get the notice, listen to music, and you hear the music on the sides. So that's what this for. This is you can make these difference. You can manipulate. You can have the mids strong. You can lightly touch the sides. Okay, so I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna just let you see what it does. Okay, when I move this threshold, these needles, like they moving now, they're gonna move more, and you're gonna notice as I keep going in, the sound gonna get dull and messed up. That's called using too much. And sometimes those techniques are used, but sometimes they're abused in music, and you can hear it, and it doesn't sound very nice. This is an opto compressor, so it's a clean compressor. All right, so let's go with this. Now I'm gonna turn up the threshold. See how it's dulled out? Now, you see the way it's dulled out? Okay. Now, that's what a compressor would do. It is doing it too much. Okay? And then this thing that's called the makeup gain, we get that to replace what's been taken away. We turn it up. Okay. Now the attack of this is up. So that means it's going to attack it quickly. Because I'm using this for mastering, I want to let the music in. I don't want it attacking on it. No, let the music in. I want to let it in. Now, if it was an instrument, it'd be different. Like if it was a hi-hat, I want to attack quick because the hi-hat is, it's a quick sound. So I want the attack quick. Okay, so I'm gonna start to go back. Pay attention to my ears to when it sounds just cool, not strangled or coughed or choked up, COVIDy. All right, I'm gonna back up to a sound cool. I'm gonna let some of the music in. I'm gonna put the release on time, and I'm gonna change the ratio. Okay, usually for mastering, this is gonna be at 1.5. Okay, and then I'm gonna control this mix knob. Then we're gonna get in the mid and sides, take a look at some other compressors, and see how we're using it with this example. All right, enough of that. Let's go to this. Sound choked up. Now as the beat play, I'm gonna clean it up. Now I'm gonna set the release. Now the mix, I'm gonna take the mix down. Now I'm gonna add it. Now, what I did was first do that to balance the both of them. This is gonna be mid. This is gonna be side. Now, what I want is I want to tighten down on the mid a little more, but get a side to the keyboards and all that, a little lightness. All right, and maybe a little attack to make them a little jumpier. All right. Okay. So what I did was I compressed the mids a little thicker and the sides just a little less. All right. Matter of fact, and then I'm gonna play them back and show you the result. But I want it where the music is playing and not the intro. All right. Let's go back here. A little bit too much. All right. And I'm gonna check it out by turning that off. And let's hear it. Now, one thing it does, the compressor dulls your sound out. And that's where you use the EQ to put it back in there to beautify the sound. Okay, now let me show you something else. You see this attack and the threshold? Let's take a look at something. If we come into, yeah, this is MIDI right here. Let's go in the envelope. You see attack, you see hold, you see decay, you see sustain, release. Now this is the reason why the compressor and using audio forms are the same. Because if we go over to a hi-hat, this is the kick. Okay? If we come on over here to a hi-hat. Okay, let's go in the envelope. Okay. You notice the attack is right up here because it's not open long. The decay is going to give you the hold on. Let me make sure something did. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Little echo. All right. So the difference between them is that right here you have this is going to be the room sound. Okay. That's cool to be able to use to set each one because some of the instruments they don't have reverb on them, they're dry, and then we have to control all these elements. Okay. And so like I said, that compressor, okay. So if we want the drums or something more punchy and grittier, even though I already did this here, and I put for grit this here, this vertigo, Okay, it's like 1176. It got distortion mixed with it. That's grit. Okay, and this is important. Okay, and it's a vertigo compressor. Okay, so there's different kinds for different ones. Also, that come with this. Let me click on this. Let me go here and let me pull up this. This is the E channel. Okay, these are emulations of the consoles that you see in the studio. What do you see here? Here go the compressor. These are filters. Here's the compressor. Okay, this is your ratio, release. This is for a fast attack. This is parallel compression. This is here's high pass filter to control where you want the compressor to be. Because when we're using a compressor, not all the time we want all the music compressed. We just want, like with vocals. If I compress a vocal, I don't need it. I just need it in the area where the voice is. I don't need the compression or the reverb just all on it. Like you just throw reverb on the vocal, and that's how you do it. No, you don't, because it's gonna be washy in the low end and the high end. So we only put it just where we want it to come in at. That's why they have filters on them, or you have to just use a parametric EQ. Okay, so this is the same thing. This is an opto compressor. I mean VCA compressor. Okay, there's a ton of them for different things you use them for. Okay, and for an example, I'll run an example. Um, I'm gonna load up a VCA. Let's see, we'll get the E channel. Okay, this of course is Brainworks. So let's say you're a producer, which you probably are, but we know you all got to be more than what you say. A producer, a rapper has to be producer and engineer minded. Many times my friends go to the studios, they come back with their stuff, and I listen to it, and they ain't been done right. Okay, so I don't really need to cut them. I need to just cut the drums. Okay. Now, let's just kick this bass drum. Oh, I didn't want it on. I didn't want you on that. I want you on the kick. All right. Let me do this again. Let's go here to this kick. Cut the bass off. Okay, now I'm gonna show you something more prominent. Also, like I say on my channel, I give you insiders. You know, extra little something somethings. Now, let me show you something else. It's about EQ. You wonder how I want to get my beats hitting hard. I believe you. And I'm going to show you there's techniques to it. You hear this kick? Okay. What I'm doing is I'm running this to parallel compression. That means select an empty channel, put a compressor on it, and route that channel to that compressor and mix in. But this is the EQ. Okay, here we go. Support Tech EQ. Let me show it to you. Okay, the Support Tech using all kind of stuff for music. This by Waves, UAD make them. A lot of companies make them. Okay, so this is what's giving that kick, that beef. Once again, you listen to things and you hear, you know, the kicks in the library that you're gonna use. Oh, that's how it sounds. No, it's not. They add this to it. So this is the pull tech. I'm gonna play it without and then back with. Without. Now with. difference? You hear the difference right there. Okay? So these are the pro techniques that are used. Now, with your setup, I got the music here. Then I got to take them and run bus here. And these is my effects. This is the system throughout recording. Okay? So when you just do your beat and you ain't running no bus, you ain't using no effects. This if I play this track, some of the stuff on here is dry. So I gotta add reverb. That's why at the end of my demo in it, I add reverb to it. Just to make it sound like everybody's playing in the same room. Not this dry, this got reverb, and some of them got too much. All of this goes into production. All right, so let's get back with this kick, so we can deal with this compressor. Okay, now I have this one here. Now I'm going back over there. I'm gonna have to go back over there because that needs to be adjusted. Okay, but this here, this compressor. So now, this the ratio. If I move it up here, it'll tell you how much. This is 4:1. That's too much. Remember, these things already got compression on them. So I add that much for the ratio. Now I'm gonna tell this, the mix knob. Okay, this is what I want you to do. Parallel compression, I want you to cut off. I want to control that. The release, I'm gonna give it a dove. Okay. Now, I'm gonna move the threshold, and you'll see when it comes up here, this gonna turn yellow. Now, the compressor, they tell you another lie, that the compressor is not working until the light come on. That's a lie. It still is. I can hear it. So don't depend on the light. Depend on sound. Okay? Now I'm going to move it up. Now let me explain something to you. You see this green thing coming up here? That's like gating off, like if you got a kick and you're recording in a band, so you'll hear like extra hi-hat in the back or clap in the back, and you gate that off. This is up too high. So I pull this to a minimum of 2. See? Which only highlights that first one. Okay? That's enough of that. And for the gate, I want it to act at a dub. We good. This is how much I want it to gate on when I control it. Okay? We'll get into that. That's further and deeper recording. So let's go back to this kick. Okay? Now we'll move the threshold. Okay, let me let some of this in here. Okay, let's raise the ratio. Now I know what it's saying, but what I'm hearing, this right here, this to me is over compression. It sounds thicker, but it sounds worse. That's why I'm telling you, don't go off the light. Plus this thing been compressed. Show you where it sounds cool at. See, it sound decent. Not here. Sound choked. I don't want that. That's what I want. That niceness. I don't give a damn about this light. The light don't make a difference. Not to me. I'm going off sound. That's why I tell you, with these stuff and these plugins, don't go off with they're telling you wrong information. Oh, and if the light ain't on, it's not compressing. It is compressing. Now let's do it the way they tell you. Wrong information. Watch. So I'm gonna keep turning this until this come on, because it's not getting any compression. It is. Now, it's a combination of the mess up Number one, in this kick, it's in this pull tag. Okay, and I know that because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it off and then on. I gotta remember this: when you're using plugins, some of the plugins turn your stuff up louder or under, and that's gonna mess your sound up. So you want to always keep your meter to make sure it's at the right volume. Now let me cut this off. I still got that limiter on. Now how I'm gonna really be able to do it is take this off. Now what I'm gonna do is make gain match it. That's where it is. When I cut on this pool tech, it should be the same thing. Let me cut it off first. Actually, it's a little under. Now let me cut it off. All right. Now, my limiter, I would cut it off, cut it down some, and go at this at a smooth limiter, then raise it up for a more cleaner sound. Now, this is what you're hearing, okay, on different kicks that's used. It's not. Now, of course, I come in here because, of course, sooner or later, the bass starts to cut up. I want to do a little attenuation. Okay, so that's within this kick with the VCA. Plus, we can do some color in it. Now I can take this SSL and decorate it with this the way I want. Now, this, like I always give you game on stuff extra, more than just my subjects. Now, what you do with this, when you can't find the frequency, you do a sweep. Turn the volume all the way up and sweep it till it sounds good and clear. hmm There it is. Now, dig this back. And then for this super whack, I can add to make deeper. Now you see what I'm talking about? It's us engineers. This is what you listen to, but you got to create it. Alright? And I want some more console sound out of this. Now, I'm running all this stuff out of this UC1. Okay? Now, they're going to tell you it's just a controller. It's more than a controller. It's a console and a controller, both mixed into one. Okay? So, your plugins that you got, the different ones, it enhances them, it brings them out and everything. This is a game changer. It's the way the future is going. All right, so let's use this compression and the rest to make this kick off the chain. Okay, now I got too much grit. Oh, don't start this. Oh, here we go. Where you at? Where's this? Oh, there you go. All right. Let me come over here. This motherfucker went X too. This is the grit. Turn this down. There we go. That was one thing that was killing me. Let me see something. You act better? Yeah. Alright. Plus, let me turn this on mono. Now, this is too much compression. I was just showing you with the light. That's not right. Let me cut this down. This right. You see what I mean? It sounds clean. So you don't go off what they tell you. Oh, listen to the light. And if the light ain't working, it ain't compressing, then why it sound crazy? It's compressing. They don't tell you that. You tell you that. Let your ears tell you that. Again, it's that false info. Okay? So this is the reason why we use different compressors. Okay? That's the one for the kick. Okay, with the pull tech combination. Now, some of us, for the drum bus, they like to use Waves make them. A lot of people use them. They're 1176. Let me see, where is it? V76. There we go. This is let me see. You got to drive. No, no, you're not what I want. Let me just go here to waves. Say go here to waves, and we're gonna go get a 1176 CLA 76 mono. It's the blackie. If you click the which we call them right over here, you get the bluey. All right, it's two compressors in one. Now the blackie is more thicker, like a Neve, and the bluey is more thicker, thinner, like an SSL. Hold on 1 minute, I gotta use the restroom. All right, I'm glad we're back. Okay, so these are used for drums. The reason why drums, vocals, is because it got a grit to it, bit of distortion. All right. So what I'm gonna do is we just gonna play the drums, and I'm gonna show you how it makes it more gritty. First, I'm gonna turn it off, then I'm gonna cut it on, then I'm gonna start to use it. All right, let's play the beat. Now with now, like I told you, it comes out too loud. Now test it against the beat. Now I want to, if I want it, now on the bus, there's a technique. Like I was showing you with the compressor, like instruments like a hi-hat, you want the attack, like on the compressor. And this is a compressor. Fast, if you make it like quick, it make the drums punchier. If you move it back, it's letting the instruments in, and that's for like mastering. So watch this. As I move it down closer, faster, It's gonna be punchier, like that. Now this is gonna get duller. See, that's for more mastering. But when we put in the beat, if I want it punchy, I want the drums to punch. I just move the attack. And how much I'll play against the bass. So I want to hear. Now, just be truthful. I see why they use it. Okay? It does make the drums bust come out excellent. Let's hear with and without. First with, then without. Now without. Now, what I did notice, and I'm glad I did, this is why I tell you, you got to think. The bad thing I notice about this, okay, I like the gritfulness and the feel and texture. Where I disagree are just this on certain instrument is because notice when I turn it off, you hear the pans from the side, the hi hats and stuff, shakers going from left to right. When I use this compressor, they're gone. Notice this. Okay, this without. Pay attention to the left and right in the ears. Now when I cut this on, it goes away. Watch. Okay. So me, in my opinion, if the drums wasn't pan, cool. But because it do that, I'm not doing that. See, this is stuff I'm telling you. If I want this gritty, or I would feed it in. If I want it gritty, I'd use this. This compressor is better because it doesn't do that. Okay? And there, your 1176 does. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot of compressors. There's a Verimute. And these is using, there's the Millennia, which is my baby. And I love it. And then there's EQs. I love that it's Mag EQ, Mog EQ, however you want to say it. It's excellent, but I like Millennia's sister because I love the sound of it. It's a beautiful combination. Let me get in the M's, Millennia. All right. This is the mastering EQ. Okay. Just like the other one, there's your technology. This is mid side. You can link them so both of them do the same thing at the same time. Here's your high shelving, the low shelving, frequency range, the lows, mids, highs. So, like I tell you, when you add a compressor, it doles it out some. So we have to put it back. Let me see. The mid-linear compressor is on, so it doles it out. So that's what compressors do. So we'll add it back with this EQ. Yeah, it's about 10K. See how the sound grown away? Let's bring it back. This is the cue. Now for here, I'm gonna do a sweep. Okay, this is the highs. This is high mid. Okay. Nope. You the whatchamacallit. You're gonna be. There you go. This the lows. Okay, it's mid side, so let me EQ the mids different from the sides. Now from the mids, I don't need the highs that much. And give me some mid. That's too much. Now I'm gonna unlink them. I don't want the same bass inside this, nor do I want a shelf. So we gonna cut you about 100. Take it off. Okay, now that's in the drum beat. Let me bring back the rest of the instruments. Now. So we took a look at how um, compressors, different types, and what they use for. That 1176 is good for bass, kick drums, but when it comes to the hi hat and the shakers, now if they straight and not pan, that's different. But when they pan, I noticed that about it. So I would use it and parallel it in if I wanted to. I would not drop it on the drum bus because of that reason. If I'm not panning the hi hat pattern, then I would use it on the drum bus. But if I was, I would not do that because it takes away the panning. All right. Now, there's another compressor um, that's out, and these are very mute. Let's go in the waves. Um, I keep forgetting about vitamin. We'll take it. We child. Very we child. He is a fair child. Okay. Here's the threshold. This your ratio, and that's makeup. Now I'm gonna start using this more because I like it. It's transparent and it put things in order. Um, and so, like I'm saying, there's many different compressors that's used for different reasons, vocals, instruments, whatever. All right. So with FL Studios compressor, there's two things about. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let this go. Um, when you first come in here to FL Studio, make sure you do something. This limiter, okay, it's on. You don't know this, but this is on. First of all, when you cut it on, you're gonna see this all the way up. Now watch how the music sounds. Listen to this. Let me do a detach. So this will stay here. Let me cut it on. Let me cut this one off. All right. Notice how the sounds muffly. gain up. Okay. This saturation right here messes your sound up. And let me cut this off. Next thing is turn this up to 30, this to 20, and you can either turn this off or just copy the same range and paste it here. Make sure you do this because that's on, and if that's on, this gonna be on. Easy way to do it. Take it, copy, go back to the compressor, attack, paste, go back to the limiter, copy. This is set at the wrong number. Wait a minute. Let me go back. Limiter. This is off. Yeah, it should be on 20. Okay, let's copy. Let's go over here to this compressor. Let's paste. Okay. And you can just turn this off. Now, everything is coming through your music. See, it's coming through clean. On here, these are grooves where you can um, where you can groove them. This is side chaining, where you can it's set different feels. That's what this is for. That's a cool, unique thing about FL Studio. All right, and make sure you add as much as this as you want, because all the way is too much. Let's back off until you get a clear sound. This is what us engineers do. So when you dealing with this limiter, I like I like this limiter a lot more. All right, so basically, let me go into. All right, let's go back to this. Now, one of the last things um, is that people use at the end of it on their mastering chain a compressor for gluing. And I'm gonna give you my opinion about it. It kind of smooths out the record a little bit, but this is a person's taste. Okay, and I'm gonna get into two subjects. Number one, the loudness war. That your stuff has to be this loud, and all of this cheap psychological warfare garbage, because that's exactly what it is. My record is gonna be the volume that makes it sounds nice and where it don't get out of balance the sound where it's damaging my record. I don't give a damn what your love say. Okay? It means nothing. Okay? But now, certain things, long as it's in a moderate range, and certain amount of the range is cool because some people they don't know where normal is. And they would cut it up and it would sound bad. That's why they came up with that. All right. So, and the next thing is the glue. I don't want glue on all my records. Certain like jazz or an instrumentalist or maybe a song or a slow song or something. Yeah, but not every song. Certain songs calls for that transient action, you know, And so that's just a personal thing somebody made up. All right. So I hope what I just taught to you with compression and rest has been very helpful. Now what I'm finna do is because I'm finna put some beats on, type beats. So you'll see me put this together as you seen me do, and then go through the process for making it demo ready. That's radio ready. Okay, that they want and that they accept. Okay, so with this, um, compressors are used for all kind of stuff. Like I got it over here to thicken up with parallel compression and all kind of stuff that it takes. You have to pan your stuff. You have to do all this because if you thinking that, and I'm gonna say this, okay, as a music producer, you're saying to yourself, okay, uh, I'm a producer. All I gotta know is producing. Oh, I'm a rapper. I'm a rapper. I don't worry about that. The beat. Yes, you do. You got to be more in this area. A producer, when you mix your records, you're being an engineer. Okay? Now, say if you want to sell your beats, okay? Which one you gonna buy? You gonna buy the ones with a kick, okay? Just we gonna do this just with a beat, okay? Which one would you want? What kick would you want? This one like this, okay? Let me turn the full tech EQ off. All right, now let's listen to this. Okay, now let's activate it. Now, of course, I'm gonna hit its volume difference, so we're gonna have to come down a little. You see how much? Now I can make it get woofy, but I don't want it to compete with the bass. So I just want it heard, but not woofy. Okay? So when you're selling your beats, there's certain things will knock harder. Okay? If you do them the same way. Now, one more other thing. Like this. I got this music playing, but notice certain instruments is dry. So I want this to be like it's all in the same room. Okay? So I'm gonna take this reverb. Oh my god. Now I'm gonna take this reverb. Let me see, where are you? Reverb. Okay. And I'm gonna route it from the master. I'm gonna route it, but I'm gonna control it. And this is just to make it sound like all the instruments in the same room. So I'm gonna use very little, and I'm gonna use these filters. Okay, so I want it on time with the tempo. I don't need no bass out of it. Whoa, what the hell? Hold on. Hello. I'm all right. I'm doing the show for a moment. No, call me. Call me back later. No, I'm doing the show right now.
By what time? 2, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, using this, I don't want no dampening. I didn't ask for it. Okay. We'll determine the size of the room. Okay. Now I'm gonna control this filters because I want these where I'm gonna deal with them at, and we'll go up to about. That's gonna be the music. I'm gonna go down to about 8, maybe 10. No, 8. 8K for the highs. For lows, we gonna do about yeah. All right. Now I'm gonna play it. I just wanted to get that room sound. I'm not using it for verby, or none of that. I'm just using it for the room sound. Now you see the difference. Okay. I'm gonna turn it off. Play it. Sound like everybody's everywhere. Now when I do this, sound like they're in the same room. Okay. So all of these techniques are used in music. So like I say, I give you game. A rapper. If you go rap in the studio, come back, is your voice in key? Oh, they told you. How do you know? That's what staying a rapper will get you. Because if you don't know, is your music in key? You're not gonna hand this demo to your buddies, to your friends. You're handing this to the record company. Everything done wrong is gonna reflect you as an artist. Okay? So when you don't use none of the plugins and don't use the stuff you use, send your tape in. I've been there. I've been done like that. And mixes ain't right and stuff ain't right. I'm sorry. Hi. We really appreciate you sending in your tape, but I'm sorry. We're not interested in it at this time. You can try it and feel free to call back later on. and submit again. You're going to get tired of that. I went through it. Until I asked them, me thinking they tripping. No, it's not. You tripping. Okay? Because they saying, you got the DAW, got FL Studio, you got all the stuff in it. The sound guidizer, the enhancer, all that. Did you use it? You got it in your DAW. Did you use it? No. Why? Is the voices paying? No. Why? Is the music paying? No. Why? You use the compressor? No. Why? You got EQ? Do you use it? No. Why? But you want a record deal. You ain't finished the song yet. Did you run it to a bus? No. Why? Did you run it to a mix bus? No. Why? Did you EQ it? We're going on with the same question. So really, it becomes rhetorical. So the thing about it is, those who gonna make it is those who get real. Look, I'm gonna do this music. I'm finna learn everything it is, and I'm not gonna stop till I'm happy. And I'm a very hard person to make me happy. So I gotta go at it in the paint. Okay? Which you won't do, somebody else is gonna do. Remember, you in competition. All right? So a good thing was one of the ones was um, Motown Records, and I had got tired of them sending me my stuff back, and me simply, oh man, y'all tripping. No, we ain't. We finna tell you something. Know why you sending my stuff back? You have a compressor. Yeah, use it. You got an EQ? Use it. Okay? That's what you do. Couple of other things. Then send us something back. Then I noticed after doing that and sending it back, now I'm getting offers and everything is just cleaned up. So it's not them, it's you. You can't sugarcoat it or none of this. Either you serious you gonna do this or you not. But on this channel, I'm gonna show you reality so you don't be doing wrong things like they had me doing for years. I'm gonna give you pointers. I'm gonna show you about me artists and stars and all of them. Ain't no difference between me and you do it. Me and you. If I did it, you can do it. Ain't no difference between us. My dream, the same dream you got, is to do music. All right. So I hope this has been helpful and very knowledgeable to it. So depending on the EQ you got, if you in FL Studio and you're like, I don't got none of them EQs, you do. This is you. This is what you're gonna do for FL Studio. Another thing people don't look at, this EQ here, most of you don't use. I gotta get into that. It's very important. Okay? So if you're gonna use some FL Studio, what you're gonna do, you're gonna put a pair. You're gonna this your instrument. Name them, color them, so you know what's going to. You're gonna do yours like this. You're gonna put a parametric EQ2. Okay, and then you're gonna load up. You can use the limiter compressor, but it's gonna give you more button time and pick it through. Or you can just go to the fruity compressor right here. All right, you're gonna put this on each of your channels. Let me mute everything else but the with the bass. All right, you're gonna do yours like this. Okay, you're gonna have to learn how to use this correctly with different instruments. You're gonna high pass. Right click, go to type, high pass. Okay. Now, listen, the sound gonna sound crazy. More thinner. Okay. Now, for the bass, what I'm gonna use for here, okay, it depends on the genre. If I'm working with sub bass, like with trap or something, it's different. With this, I will pull this about 60. Now I'm gonna go in here with the compressor. Move the threshold up. I can already hear it. Alright, I'm gonna change this type. Classic. Vintage, really. That's how you would have to do yours and go all the way down. Now, the thing about it is, you got to practice this, okay? And knowing where certain frequencies and stuff are, all right, to get what you want. But that's what you're here to watch the channel for. All you have to do is just sit up here, watch me. If you got anything that you don't understand or something, hit me up in the comments and I'll explain it to you. Let me know what you think. You know what I mean? And so forth. And hit that subscribe button so you'll know when the next video coming out. All right. So these are the reasons why we use compressors. This is what they for. You're gonna learn a lot of stuff here. Singing backgrounds. If you can't, you're gonna learn it here. I have Michael Jackson's vocal teach you. So that's not a problem or an issue. And a lot more. And I'm finna do some more stuff with SSL and Harrison and with Studio 17. Yes, I'm gonna do on FL Studio. All right. Um, one more before I go. Creating sub bases. Now, you can go to um, first of all, the best one is Sublab, but you can go to um, FL Studio. You would come here and let's say you want to get a trap sub bass. You go get the OS 3X OSC. Now here's something that they taught you, but again they teach them wrong information. Go up here, go up here. I think it's this one. Yeah, until you turn this here and turn hold all the way up and turn all these down. Remember they told you this? This is for your sub bass, right? I'm gonna show you. Okay, let me program something. Uh, I just copied MIDI from here. Okay. Control A. Oops. Get your ass back there. Control A. Copy. Come down here. Control V. Okay. Now, we're going to turn this into a sub bass. Now, let me cut off all the rest of the instrument. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. Why are you even playing? Okay. Okay. Let me go to pattern. Okay, this is what they told you. And then you come over here and you drop this down, right? This is just part one. And then you come in here and drop it to E3. Okay. Now you hear how it's sounding. Now, let's go back in this envelope. Now, what's wrong with this? When you playing bass, if you took a count, right? And I went boom, 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 boom. If you count like this, one and a two and a three and a four, so that one tick tick would be about 3 to 5 seconds if a bass player went boom with his finger. Went boom, about 3 seconds. This way, it's choked up. We want to let that finger time come in. It's too choked up if you got the attack here. We want to open the attack some to 3 to 5 milliseconds. How you know much? How much the value numbers will be up here. Oh, that's the delay. I want the attack. And then I want it released at the right value. Now if I want it, you see what I just did by changing the waveform? Now let's go back to this one. Now watch when I go here. Okay, now all I need to do, this is what I'm telling you. They're giving you false information. Let me see what track number we're gonna put you on. Don't start this shit. Come here, Miles. Shit. I need to clean it. Okay. Let's give you track number 12. Oh, you bass bus. Nope. We're gonna have to give you number 20. 17. Mixer. Nope. End of the chain is 17, 18, 24. Alright. Hey. Alright, that's the same one. Let me go. 25. Alright. Now we're gonna add fruity fast distort. So we get the sub sound. Now I always turn this on B and mix it the way I want. Now let's listen. see, now if I add that to that, and then came and got also the fruity um, e- EQ. This is go to Plugin Alliance and go get Sublab, and I'll show you something. So you got the Paramaker EQ, and fruity EQ. This is if you don't got it, building it from scratch. And I'm gonna turn this to 120, which is gonna be the buzz. And for the lows, I'm gonna hit 60. This will capture the fingers. Now, if I go right here to this sub, I can clean up the nastiness of the low. Okay, so that right there, you can create your own sub bases with the OS3. Okay, and the technique of what he's telling you to had attack all the way up is misinformation, and this is still on. Right now, let me turn this off. I forgot to turn this off. All right, now listen. Now it's just how much I want it. How much I want to do or add to it. Okay. Now basically you can keep on going and shaping it into the base you want. If not, you can do this. You can turn this off and turn this off and go to Plugin Alliance. and go get this sub filter right here. And you want that? That ruckus? Here it come. This is free. They gonna give you 20 free one. This is my favorite. Listen now. So you can make it extreme or however you want it. All right. That sub filter to give you that trap subby. Like I said on my channel, you always get something extra. You get freebies. All right. So now you can go to plug-in alliance, go get sub filter for that bass. If you having problems, you just got FL Studio, you know how to make it. All right, so go through that and mess with it and tinker around with it. The next thing you need to do is go through that compressor with the EQ. Get the feel of it. Okay? Get the feel of it. It's not the world's greatest compressor, but it works. Okay? So, um, go over them techniques. Remember, stay two things in the studio and in the lab. Studio, have fun, make your music. Lab, learn what these buttons do. I hope I've been a great success and these tips make you better. Hit that notification button and subscribe so you'll know what's going on the correct way and learn to use music the correct way. Do this correct way. A lot of challenges telling you like Dame Taylor one. What you need to do is haul past your kicks on a parametric at 120. Let me show you the stupidity in it. Let me cut on the kick. Okay. Let me cut the rest of this stuff off. I'm gonna delete you anyway. Okay. Here's the kick. Oh. Okay. Um. Never mind. Cause I didn't forgot where I was going. Anyway, hey, do your music. Okay. Um. Get you some plugins. All right. And I'll say the last at least. This what you do. Since you're gonna get plugins, you need something that's gonna get an SSL board. Go get this one. $19. Normally $2.99. Go get this for plugin boutique. Now it's the SSL This is from Harrison. Um, is it out of Bustling? No, it's in Harrison. Here we go. This. Go get this. Go get this. Don't even question it. Go get this. Okay? This here is what you want. This here. This is $19. This sounds original. You don't have to worry about the building the console sound. It's in it. This is fabulous. It's one of my favorites. All right? And I use the UTF1, UC1 along with it. All right? So, this is what I'm telling you. Why in the hell this thing won't move? Oh well, I ain't gonna trip it. But that's the SSL you want. Go get that. That's a Neve, rather, from Harrison. Sounds fabulous. Them in and SSL and which is now bought um, Harrison. If they do, and I got to talk to them, and I got to send them an email. I think I'll do it today. Will be the best company and the biggest company that grow. All right, because they stuff sounds original. Now you have other companies that make stuff. Trust me, but like I'm saying, the new move with this UC1, this changed the whole game. Okay, because this is a controller and a console in one. It enhances all your plugins and stuff, and they don't normally sound like that regular, except what I showed you. Harrison has that stuff down pat. I'm not gonna lie to you. Go get that channel strip I said, and when you're ready, go get Mixbus. Mixbus 11 is coming out. I have 10. I'm finna do some stuff on it because they gave me 10. And I honor what I said. I'm gonna do them some stuff, right? So I'm gonna show you what this is off the chain. Mixbus is a wrap. You know what I mean? I don't see why. I even seen him wasn't really paying it no attention because I think the advertisement they really ain't had nobody to go to bat for them, and they end up selling it to SSL. You know, but Harrison makes the best stuff. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, you like New Edition, SSL. You like Sherelle, SSL. I mean, not SSL, but the Harrison. Mix 32, Janet Jackson, Scream, Michael Jackson, Harrison. All right. So with Harrison, there's no comparison, and that is true. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you want to plug in that sound real, I would buy it. You don't need plug-ins, nothing. It is all in there. Everything you need to do, and that console sound is a mile away. That's why I'm looking at. Because when we doing music, okay, we using plug-in. Well, remember, we still want that console sound. So with them plug-ins, especially you